Hey everybody, this is Don. I want to thank all the new subscribers I have. I truly appreciate it. I had no clue that Dogman video was going to get as many views as it has, so I definitely appreciate it. And the new subscribers and the interest in this channel, thank you. I am at a local park today, which is a sinkhole. It's got spring water and it's also got cave entrances. There's the large cave entrance. There's the bluff. I'm going to go down there and look for some tracks because the spring water is low and sometimes there's tracks down there in the mud. This oak tree here, it's really something. I just think it's incredible how the root system is exposed. And I'm going to be very careful and step over top of this. It's also around this spot, and I've featured it before in a couple of my other videos. One of the bases of these trees they had a face on it. And let me see if I can find which base that was. I think I've got to go down here and get access to the spring a little closer. Is it one of those? I can't remember. Let me go down here a little further. You know, it's funny when you do videos and then you pause them and you take a photo and you see things you didn't see before when you were there taking the video, then they show up later. Of course, sometimes they could be pareidolia, which I've discussed before, but somewhere around here kind of looked like a face. I don't really see that today, but you never know. Later on when you look at video, that face could show up. I apologize if you hear the airplane up above. Hopefully that's not too loud. So as far as tracks goes, well, there's tracks here. Just guessing that they look like shoes, human footprints. The water here, spring water, is lower than it has ever been. These rocks were never exposed until just recently in the last year or so. Go out here and see how clear the water is. See the little minnows down there? Well, there was a few. Water is very clear. I wouldn't mind getting in this on a hot day, hot summer Florida day. You know, other than some shoe prints, I'm not really seeing anything too definitive. But gazing up at where I came from. Well, there's a palm frond stuck in the ground, but anybody could have done that, right? Doesn't have to be a cryptid. It's really beautiful how the sun shines on that pickled limestone, I call it. It's amazing how that tree hangs over. Very long. And let's go over here closer. To the second cave entrance. I'm just going to take you along with me today. Make our way through the cabbage palms, which I believe is a Florida state tree, because there's so many of them. I've probably got a half a dozen cabbage palms in my yard, and I didn't even have to plant them. The squirrels and the birds brought the seeds in, and they grew into palm trees. So I have found tracks before right down in this area. Here's one right here. Not sure what this is, but see that right there? Let me put about a 5-inch pair of sunglasses. What is that, about 7 or 8 inches long? The heel starts right here. Looks like we got some toes up here. Not really sure what that is. There's some other tracks here. Just looks like smaller critters, right? Maybe a raccoon. See the toes right here. But that one track, that was definitely interesting. This one right here. About 7 or 8 inches long. Outcropping of pickled limestone. I've repeated some of this scenery in some of my other videos, so I apologize if we're repeating some of the same areas, but I thought I'd take you along with me today. It is such a nice day. Probably 75 degrees. Not a cloud in the sky. A lot of holes here. More exposed root system. Well, thank you guys for coming along today. I appreciate all the new subscribers and the interest, the amount of views it was in the 2 Dogman videos I did. The one asking the question whether or not those photos were real dogmen or a hoax, and I guess they are.